So now I'm going to hand over to Jochen Smit from NIWA. He is the Chief Scientist for Environmental Information. Over to you, Jochen.
Sure. Thanks, Belinda. Yeah, I'm going to present on behalf of a group on an MBIE-funded project for developing what we call an extreme event data catalog. And I guess that the motivation out of that comes with the problem that in a case of an event, it's often hard to find and discover and share information about existing data that can be used for response and other activities during an event. So that's really the motivation, and that's really why MBIE came and said we need somebody to work on that problem. Now, the reason I put up this slide is that in that process about finding a solution, in particular a quick solution for that problem of information sharing during an extreme event, we basically reused a solution that's already existing called the National Environmental Data Center. So I want to give a bit of background of that. So the National Environmental Data Center was initiated by Science New Zealand in 2019. It is a cross-CRI group. We have a cross-CRI governance group, and we have a funding stream that is basically supported by all CRIs to support the ongoing maintenance and the further developments of our infrastructure. And what we have done is basically develop a web page as a landing page to access CRI data sources, cross-CRI data sources, as opposed to having all our own little basically bits and pieces. This was launched last year, and we have now about 100 data sources cataloged in that framework and available on the NETS web page. And you can just go to that link there in nets.nz and can find out what is it about. What we're currently doing in that context is we're developing a data quality framework, because the core purpose of that site is a science data archive for New Zealand of validated, high quality, trusted data sources. So we're developing data quality framework. And we're also doing some work towards more integrated CRI data services. So I guess you could think about this initiative as two things. It's really a collaboration, cross-CRI collaboration, ongoing, enduring, and cataloging our data sources and bringing our data sources closer together, which of course is a challenge with 7 big organizations. So it's the enduring part. Now, having had that, basically infrastructure and cross-CRI correlation, when that problem came up of quickly sharing important data during extreme events, we thought, hey, we have this thing called NETS, and Jill Jolly, and you will see her name, initiated that. So we said, look, guys, we have developed this thing. Why can't we just reuse what we have developed? So that's what we did. We developed a extreme event data catalog within 2 months. So that's now live, and you find a link there. Note that it's just populated at the moment with some demo data sets. So it's a demonstration, a taster you could see. I guess the other good reason for reusing existing technology that we have ongoing support. So the technology platform has ongoing support from Science New Zealand. Now that we have developed this, one key challenge was and we heard about governance, right? How do we deal with the ongoing support in terms of not the technical platform, because that's not a problem, that's NETS will host that, but who will basically guide the process around when a certain event is basically triggered and basically a new instance of the extreme event data catalog needs to be initiated. We had some discussions, and Tom and others were also part of that. So, and that sort of exposed a bit of difficulty around, who is actually leading, who will be a leader in the case of an event of such a thing. For the time being now, given those difficulties, we have decided, the CRIs have decided, we will lead the governance as well as the technical hosting, but we are completely open. We have just developed the technology as part of the project, and we are open to, basically others reusing the technology for an extreme event. So that means for the time being, we will, the CRIs, in terms of, NIWA for weather, GNS for earthquakes, etc., will establish a process around setting up instances of that website. So basically for a particular event and populating that. This is then how it will look like. So basically at the moment we have 2 cyclones in there in our demo version. And in case of a new event, there will be basically a new event be populated, and relevant data will be able to be cataloged by a certain team. So the 2 governance questions: who is the lead of establishing a new event, and who will be contributing to those catalogs? So will act as basically as focal points. That's what I mean about governance. That just summarizes the links, so you can go to those 2 links. They are live, and just like to acknowledge MBIE and Science New Zealand for their support, and you see here the team that was involved in making that happen. Thanks very much.